Mr. Vince Duenas. Gentlemen, thank you so much, and I could have used you and your colleagues and your information about maybe 2 months ago when tax season was coming around. So.
Everybody needs to file their taxes, but extension October 15, but they should have made the final extension April 15 and not pay, but do the extension.
Well, certainly people will be able to hang out with a bunch of accounts when you guys have your annual 5K. So
Sure.
Vince, of course, this event happens every year, so tell me about that.
Sure. This is, of course, well, first of all, thank you, Jason and KUM, for allowing us this opportunity to promote our 5K. This is our 11th annual 5K that we've been putting on, and it's a good event that we as a chapter do to give back to the community. And in this year, our theme is called Planting Seeds of Accountability. And of course, all the proceeds that we generate from this 5K, they go back to the schools, our college and our university, with the Herminia Durking Scholarship at the University of Guam and the AGA Guam Chapter Scholarship at the Guam Community College.
All right, awesome.
Yeah.
So what's the route?
The route, actually, it starts at the Chamorro Village in Hagåtña, and it goes all the way down towards Adelup, and then make a U-turn, come back, and it's pretty straight, and then come back, and you end up back at Chamorro Village.
So because it's a straight shot, this is pretty much a 5K that anybody can do. You won't have like too many challenging hills.
Yes, of course. It's a run walk, so it's a competition also. We will have, of course, medals and prizes for all our winners at the end, and of course, for those who do come, we do have T-shirts for the first 500 finishers, so everybody gets to leave with something. And we also have the raffle, the raffle at the end of the race.
Now, one thing I want to ask you for the enlightenment of our viewers right now, do accountants make very good runners? Because we love our accountants, of course, all of us in business or in the government, but can you guys actually burn up the track when you guys hit the road?
I do know one accountant, actually a CPA named Brent Butler. I don't know if you guys know who he is.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Olympic. I mean,
yep.
Yes, of course we do. We do have a lot. We have. That's just one example of an accountant in our group or in in our circles. So
you guys are good on the balance sheet and on the road.
Should be.
Okay, we'll hold you guys to that. Okay, so Jason, there's also a really interesting conference that's coming up that you guys want to promote. So what's going on with that?
Yes, so this coming July 17th and then to the 19th, that's a Tuesday to a Thursday, we do have a conference. It's called the Guam Professional Development Conference. So it's the Pacific Emerging Issues Conference. And then we would have 24 hours of CPEs, and then we're inviting a lot of the seasoned off-island and on-island instructors who will be coming in and then making some instructions on some of the relevant topics for today. What's happening is that our theme for this year is the future of accountability. So we know that social media is a lot nowadays, and then we have a session on that one. So Kathleen Moreland from UOG will be presenting also. And then we have healthcare, it's been passed, and then we have a panel who will be showing and then discussing about the healthcare reform program. That's something new. And of course, the internal controls and then those things that we need to do as a skill set for our government financial managers.
And Guam has always had like a very strong, very tight-knit accounting community anyway, both with like the private sector and in the public sector and everything. So talk about, what it means to both of you gentlemen to actually be able to, organize Guam accountants in whatever industry they work in, whatever company and everything like that, and actually talk about issues that affect your line of work.
Yeah, so basically the Association of Government Accountants closely works with the Guam Society of CPAs, and then this conference will be brought by those two. And then what you see is that even though the private and the public sector, we have accountants, but when you think about it, there are some best practices from the private sector that can be adopted by the government sector. And at the same line, the reporting and transparency theme for the government sector would actually be applicable for the shareholders of the private. So we both closely work hand in hand with the organization, and then that's why we do have these conferences being brought up.
All right, well guys, thank you so much for your work, and I must tell you, accountants don't get enough credit for the very fine work that you guys do. As long as my paycheck comes in on time, you guys are the best people in the world. All right, so thanks a lot.
All right, thank you.
All right, and stay tuned because we will be back right after this.